joining us in the second half of this episode to go ahead and discuss the entertainment value of this campaign season. Please welcome April Brucker.
Hi.
Hi, April.
Hi. And I have somebody with me, President Donald J. Tramp. I'm going to win and it's going to be huge. I took a shot to the ear. And April, what do you say about taking a shot to the face? Oh my gosh. That's not a funny joke. I'm funny like Tony Hinchcliffe.
Actually, that joke fits in very well for the atmosphere of this show. So, go ahead, bring it.
But how are you doing after your assassination attempt? Reports of my demise are greatly exaggerated. I wasn't ready to become a car sharing just yet. Mr. Tramp. Mr. Tramp, so if you win, what do you intend to do for America? I intend to make America great again. Excuse me? I intend to make America white again. Great. Great. White. What's the difference? Okay, so there are a lot of women here. If they were to work for you as president, what would you say? Daddy's home. Now it's time for a spanking.
Oh, this is what I love about having a show that I run. It's like, this week is the 4-year anniversary of the launch of this podcast. So
Oh,
I feel like
wow.
I feel like I feel like we're the Beatles. Like we just dropped LSD and we're going ahead and experimenting. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're all gonna jerk each other off. What? Sorry.
Hey, Jess,
That
what
happened.
are you doing later?
That, Jess, is the sort of humor we do not tolerate on this show.
That's right, Mr. Tramp. It's the sort of humor we do not tolerate. Hey, girl, you know I like spring. You like spring? Yes, because I'm into girls named Stormy.
Uh, so April, thank you so much for coming on. I
Thank you.
understand. Yeah, I understand you did. You and Donald J. Tramp went to Milwaukee for the convention this year. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, we went to Milwaukee for the RNC convention, and the first day it was, everybody was excited. We went around, we went to Penzy Spices because we also filmed a documentary. So that Saturday, we're in Milwaukee. We did some stuff on the street, and this Secret Service car stops. And this guy runs out. And so I'm with my producer and manager, Clinton Ford Billups Jr., and he used to be a cop. And he goes, something's going on. And so the sirens were going. He runs out, and he's like, okay, maybe he's got to go to the bathroom. Well, that was the night that Trump had his assassination attempt. And he was about an hour away from where I grew up in Bethel Park in Butler. So the next morning, I'm laughing. I'm saying, I hope it wasn't one of my cousins that did this because I have a few cousins that had to run with the legal system. Well, anyway, my manager says, good news, it wasn't your cousin. The bad news is the shooter's from Bethel Park, 3 streets over from my parents. So here I am. So the whole thing was nuts because everybody was afraid. Jon Stewart pulled out. Yes, John no-show Stewart. And Bill Maher, well, less than marvelous. He also canceled his show. The Daily Show was set up. They disappeared. So Donald J. Tramp and I were the only comedians to march on the RNC. And we had a little banner. We marched with the AFL CIO. So we were the only comedians. And what did you think of that? Snowflakes. And we were so afraid of the way people would react too, because there were people that loved loved Trump, didn't like Trump. There were journalists who said to me, April, like, why don't you have a squid for his ear? Like, why is there not blood everywhere? I'm like, you're sicker than I am, and I'm a freaking comedian. So then, there were people that wanted the squib. Then one guy was giving out ear cookies, but this protest that was supposed to be like this big protest that everybody was afraid would get violent, and we were marching. It wasn't violent at all. Like there was a guy with a drum conducting traffic. We should have that all the time. A guy with a drum is more effective than any cop I've ever seen, honestly. They also had, there were these ladies from the RNC, these old ladies that were like 80. They were delegates. They were getting drunk and they were watching the parade, like waving. And I'm like, that's what America's about, man, And then the only time it got dicey was Westboro Baptist showed up. And we're marching and they go, "Is this all you had in your march, you losers?"
Not the best line.
No, they needed better writers. This is what happens when you piss off the Democrats. This is where all the funny comics are, right? It's where all the comedy writers are. Yeah, and a lot of childless cat ladies are, comedy writers. And what about your running mate, Jethro Darth Vader? Yes, JD. He's my Harvard hillbilly, but he went to Harvard. Harvard, Yale, the hillbillies don't know the difference. So where is your running mate right now? Well, they had to get a restraining order against him at IKEA. IKEA? Yes, he wouldn't get off the couch.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but it was, but I'd have to say though, overall it was peaceful. There was one little guy from Fox News that followed me through the parade. He followed me several blocks. He ran. I don't agree with his politics, but he chased me for several blocks, interviewing me and Donald J. Tramp. So the next time I see him, I owe him a beer.
Well, maybe he thought that was actually Donald Trump you were holding in your hand. Maybe he thought you were kidnapping him.
Was I kidnapping you? Yes, she was kidnapping me. She put some funny jokes against my will in my mouth. Hashtag me too.
Tom, April is the opposite of Fox News, because on Fox News, Trump has his hand up all of the hosts' rear ends, but April's reverse.
Yeah. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Tramp? I'm the best ventriloquist ever. That's what I say.
There you go.
I wish I could argue with that.